You are blessed to be a blessing. That's what the scripture says. That's a promise to Abraham. That's our charter as believers in Jesus, that Jesus was the fulfillment of that, blessed to be the blessing. But now we are the extension of that. Now, how is it that you're blessed to be a blessing? Well, if you think about it, it all has to do with how you relate to people, how well we love. That's the reason why loving God and loving others is so paramount to the Lord, is that's the vehicle of the blessing coming through us. So let's just run through a couple of examples this morning in terms of how you would be a blessing. Now, I think that most of us would, think that this is all an intentional process, and hopefully there's some intention in it. But I think that a lot of the blessing comes through us in these disruptions. Remember, we talked about these disruptions, that when God is doing something that it's disruptive, that it disrupts the normal flow of things. And as the Lord is working with us to be a blessing to others, oftentimes it's going to come in disruptive kinds of things. And we tend to chafe at disruptions, that we want to say, get that out of my mind, get that out of my life. And the Lord, I think a lot of times is saying, whoa, wait a minute. I'm using this disruption. I want to use you in the midst of disruption. Here's a person who's a little bit disruptive, and instead of just flushing them and getting away from them, maybe you move toward them and say, hey, what's going on with you? And you ask them. Remember, I told the story of the woman in In-N-Out Burger on right after pre-Christmas Eve, and she was just all over the place. And I didn't do it because I wanted to. In fact, I wanted to leave well enough alone. But because she was so persistent, I just engaged her. Ended up praying for her right in the middle of In-N-Out Burger, even though I wanted nothing to do with her. It was that disruption and the willingness to, instead of move away from disruption, to move toward disruption. And I believe that that's what the Lord is saying to us. Move toward the disruption, not away from it, and see what I will do.